What's up, y'all? Welcome back here again to talk about Married to Medicine. It's season 11 and it's episode 9. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into it. I'm not gonna be here long. It's almost 8 o'clock. So we're gonna make this short and sweet because there wasn't a lot going on over here. Um, This time, I'm just going to touch on the significant things, like the things that I felt significant. Listening to Toya and Eugene talk about her son going to the eighth grade dance is no concern of mine. The children are adorable and all that, but I mean, it is what it is. Reproductive rights. Dr. Jackie is invited to go to the White House, and she took Simone and Heavenly with her. Kamala Harris was having a conference on reproductive rights. Um, we know what happened with Jackie. I feel like, based on what she said, she should always be required to come over here and have this conversation. It's like community service over here, Dr. Jackie. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep the conversation going because the conversation is far bigger than you. Simone talked about, just watching women who have severely disabled children and then be forced to go through with the delivery, regardless to how dangerous, regardless to how dangerous it is, for them to follow through. So, we're finding out every day. Child, I don't want to talk about it. Let's stay focused to what's going on over here. It was very nostalgic. It was very bittersweet watching the ladies sit up there and, have this discussion with Kamala, knowing, how things ended up turning out. Hopefully, outside the ignorance, that people can get whatever it is out of their system. There's another week left in January. I want all you angsty people to get whatever it is out of your system. Let them ignorant folks do what the hell they gonna do, and we need to focus on how to function in a situation where, it ain't gonna be made easy for us to function, especially as women. So yeah, it was cool, cool seeing them go do that. I think it's funny they had to have a sit down with Dr. Heavenly and tell her, don't go in this White House acting ignorant, saying things like bitches and snitches or any of those things. You're gonna go in here, and if you feel like you're gonna say some out of line, cover your mouth with your hand. I'm sure she behaved herself. I'm really glad that they were given this opportunity. This is what, Married to Medicine is supposed to be. This is the thing. Outside of all the drama, I think this is the thing that we really enjoy because they do always kind of keep us abreast of some of the things that are going on in the medical field and hopefully inspire some, young women and men of color to, move forward in the medical industry because the Lord knows ain't nobody out there looking out for us, child. With this government we got right now, who knows when the country is going to be able to pull it back together. So for those of us, I'm include myself and the people with a good sense of common sense, at least. Child. Speaking of common sense, here's somebody that doesn't have any. Phaedra. Phaedra's on a date with a young boy who somehow just now realized that he knows Apollo and his wife. And he says he knows them. I'm close to her too, except for we just say hi and bye. So did he know that, like, over there at the speed dating thing? Y'all in Atlanta and y'all's Africans. Phaedra, put this child back where you found him. She over here talking about she dates like white people. See, this is the type of stuff here that we don't have no time for, Phaedra. I'm not sure, like, if you have to open your mouth and say something negative about the Black community every time you open your mouth, keep your mouth shut. Now, you're about to go over here and hang out with your best friend, Portia, who comes from civil rights leadership and things. And then you got ignorant stuff like this coming out your mouth. That's why I don't mess with Phaedra. So nothing going on here. Moving on. The couples are preparing for going to Key West. Heavenly has invited Apollo and his wife to go on this trip. Phaedra, seems as though the people over here don't think you're entertaining unless you bring Apollo. I'm inclined to agree. As much as I think that shit is messy, that's what Heavenly does. It's messy. And so instead of you saying, no, I'm not cool with that, you was him and humming and acting like you really didn't have a problem with it. So it looks like Apollo's coming. And I'm looking forward to that, honey. Heavenly says she's just doing it for educational purposes. You and Apollo are divorced. She said, I've never been divorced before. You and Apollo are divorced. And so maybe you can show these other people like Greg and Quad and, how to be divorced in the same place together. Maybe. I don't know. Because I heard Apollo was over here DNA in that lady allegedly. Sweet Tea and Greg are getting packed. I don't know why they keep acting annoyed that Quad is coming places. I mean, because this was her show, Sweet Tea. You came over here because you were a big old fan of Quad. And you ended up with Dr. Greg, and he's a squeaky little pipsqueak. Doctor who won't be really, share his money. The show opened with you just now putting Quad stuff out the house. Ciao. Sweet Tea's a little, anyway, she don't even know it. She's a little, poor little tink tink is what she is. He talking about he don't know if he don't. I don't know if I want to go. Well, then stay. Because guess what? Quad is over here bringing King on the vacation. And King said he ain't worried about you. Being around Quad makes him feel awkward. Well, why you come back over here? Because she was already here. When y'all got divorced, she stayed and you left. And now she's got a king with her who's tall with a deep voice and, milk chocolatey and things. When he walks in the room, all the ladies are going, woo. And there's Sweet Tea. You and Sweet Tea over there being savory and sweet. Did she call this man bacon? Well, I did say she's nervous about having King around these couples. Not so much because of her ex-husband being there, but because we know how Simone gets down over here on these couples retreats with these games and things. And she's worried about what might come up when these people start bringing up old stuff from her past. And, expect things to pop off. Seems like there's a pop off. I saw people running out across the beach and, woo. I mean, they both come to the conclusion that they're going to go there and they're going to be serving unbothered. Not all the way unbothered. So we're in airport and, on the airplane and things. Here comes Phaedra with all by herself. Why are you going on couples retreat when you don't have a partner? Why didn't you just bring the little African boy? You brought him on a date, wasting our time. Bring him on the vacation. He's already friends with Apollo and his wife Shireen. So that wouldn't cause any problems. That would give Heavenly probably far more of a what does she call it? Learning lesson. They get down to the retreat. Simone and Cecil came prior because they had to set up this, activities and things, and it's their vacation. So, the host usually gets there a little early so they can prepare for their guests. So they're greeting each other and everything. Heavenly goes over and gives Sweet Tea a hug. So they went from, get the fuck out of my event now to hugging each other. I suppose I don't do that. Don't hug me. If the energy don't match, don't hug me. I'm not gonna like it. I only like to take hugs from people whose energy I match with. I'm just telling you, I don't you want to get all that all over you. Keep it over there. We can just keep it at, hey, what's up? Contessa comes over after she spent the whole time packing, talking about Dr. Heavenly, because Dr. Heavenly lives rent-free in her head. And Scott is a potato. He just kind of sits around and goes, He better keep his mouth shut or else Contessa's going to make him square up. because that's what she does. Now, Miss, I'm always got to be the loudest in the room, and I'm always got to be finding a moment, comes over and hugs Heavenly down to the ground. And that's what I mean. Keep that fucking energy off me. Like, if you're not gonna like be for real, like, don't hug me down to the ground. Now I gotta figure out how to get my ass up off the ground. And you didn't even meet it anyway. The hotels must be nice. I mean, the resort must be nice because I didn't hear anybody complaining about it. You know, you get when you come down here to Florida, you can get a hotel where all the rooms have an ocean view. So that's never really an issue, you know. And if you got enough money to upgrade your thing, somebody will get kicked out of their room that's just paying regular prices. They'll be like, sorry, we didn't have any of those. It says upon availability, usually. I know because, you know, I'll be going to the beach and staying in resorts. Now, for the event, they're doing like, what are they doing? They're trying to, um, you know, build bridges and bond relationships and things. So the first event, they have t-shirts made up. You get your t-shirts in your room and you don't find out who is on your team until you get down to the table, you know, where they delegate things for you to do, Cecil and Simone. And they put together, Cecil and Simone put together all the adversaries. So you have Toya and Eugene are going to be teamed up with Quad and King. They're probably going to have fun. Who else? Of course, you've got Contessa and Scott paired together with Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly. I'm just gonna say we'll just wait and see how that plays out. Y'all want to pretend like it's gonna play out like these two are gonna somehow bond over, you know, kayaking and then they'll be friends again. Okay. But in the meantime, it doesn't matter. They just need to get along. Who else? Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg. Who are they with? Huh. I forgot who they were. Dr. Jackie. Yes, Dr. Jackie and Curtis. That's a shame, Dr. Jackie. I forgot about you. Dr. Jackie and Curtis are with Sweet Tea and Greg and Phaedra. Because she's not a couple. And then Cecil and Simone put themselves with the new kids, Steve and Mimi. They get down to the beach. Everybody's acting all confused. Like, I don't know what kayak I'm supposed to be in, and I don't think I'm going to be paddleboarding anywhere. And I can't say I blame them. Now, I would get in a kayak, yeah, but I'm not about to. All that stuff that looks really cute on TV, is not really cute. You fall off the thing, and then you know you got water in your nose, and the water is salty. And I just prefer being in things I'm gonna be in better control of. So I would rather not be on a paddle board. Sorry, I got in my feelings. So, you know, they're all trying to manage that. We'll see, honey. We already know there's going to be some arguing going on because that's what they showed us. They showed us how they were all giggling amongst themselves, finding out who their teammates were and how they were going to manage these kayaks and things. Next thing you flash to people running on the beach because somebody is in fisticuffs. Next week should be interesting, y'all. In the meantime, that's all we got for this week. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.